Welcome to MBK Study. In this video, I am going to explain you about concept of critical angle and total internal reflection. So without delay, let's start the topic. So first of all, we will find the concept of a critical angle. To do this activity, we required materials are a wooden plank, scale, pencil, protractor, semicircular glass disc or glass slab, and laser light. Procedure: take a wooden plank covered with white chart and draw two perpendicular lines passing through the middle of the paper as shown in the figure. Let the point of intersection be O. Make one line as NN, which is normal to another line, mark as MM. MM represent the line drawn along the interface of two media, and NN represent the normal drawn to this line at O. Take a protractor and place it along NN in such a way that its center coincides with O as shown in figure. Then mark the angles from 0 degree to 90 degree on both sides of the line NN. Now if you see, this is a 0 degree, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 up to 90 degree you have to mark it. In the same way, other side 0, 10, 20, 30 up to 90 degree you have to mark. In the same way, repeat the same on the other side of the line NN. Here also other side, if you see, this is 0 degree, 0 to 90 degree, again here from 0 to 90 degree. The angle should be indicated on a curved line. If indicated on a curved line, you will get the pattern like this. So this is the diameter of the glass slab. It is coinciding with the line MM. And this is the center. This is the center. Now, send the laser light from the curved side of the semicircular glass disc. This means that we are making the light travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Start with angle of incidence that is equal to 0 degree, that is along the normal, and look for the refracted ray on the other side of the disc. You will observe that you might have noticed that it does not deviate. Send the laser light along the angles of incidence 5 degree, 10 degree, 15 degree and so on, etc. and measure the angle of refraction and note the values I and R in the table. Now I am taking the angle of incidence 15 degree and the refracted ray, it comes out of the glass slab into the another medium. In the same way, at 42 degree, you will observe that the refracted ray grazes the interface. So like that, you have to send the laser light for different angle of incidence and you have to measure the angle of refraction, and that angles you should be noted down in the table. If you see in the table, I, that is 0 degree and normal, and you get the angle of refraction 0 degree, no deviation, no refraction takes place. Now take the angle of incidence 5 degree, refraction you will get 7.6 degree, 10, 15.5, 15, 23.0, 25, 40, 35, 60, 40, 77 degree and 42, 90 degree you got. Now if you observe in this figure, that is in the previous slide we saw that at angle of incidence 42 degree, that is 42 degree, refraction angle is equal to 90 degree. It means if you see here, this angle from normal to this ray, this angle is 90 degree we got. Now in the same way, we will observe that a certain angle of incidence, the refracted ray does not come out, but it grazes. It comes along the line mm, that we are calling it as grazes. Grazes the interface. This interface is separating the air and glass medium. This angle of incidence is called, this angle of incidence, this is the angle of incidence, is called critical angle. So at what angle of incidence? At 42 degree. At 42 degree we can see that the refracted ray is grazes. Grazes means nothing but the angle must be 90 degree here. So refracted angle is 90 degree. It means the refracted ray is grazing the interface at what angle of incidence? At 42 degree. So this angle of incidence 42 degree we call it as a critical angle. Once again we will observe that we are taking the two media here. One is a denser medium, another one is a rarer medium. Now let the light is sent from denser medium. You will observe that the light will come out into the another medium. But here angle of incidence is greater than angle of incidence. In the same way, if I increase the angle of incidence here, see this is angle of incidence increases. When you increase the angle, you will observe that the refracted ray is grazes the interface. It means you will see that at angle of this incidence, you will observe the angle of refraction 90 degree. So for this angle of incidence, if the angle of refraction is 90 degree, this angle of incidence we call it as a critical angle. Let's see the according to the Snell's law, we can write it as n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r, or we can also write it as n1 by n2 is equal to sin r by sin I. We know that if you observe in this one n1 by n2, it means the refractive index of n1 is refractive index of first medium. The first medium is here denser medium, and n2 is a second medium, that is rarer medium. Denser medium by rarer medium, when you take the ratio, you will get that ratio value greater than 1. If n1 by n2 is greater than 1, then if n1 by n2 is greater than 1, then we can say that sin I by sin r, sin r by sin r is also greater than 1. So we can conclude that angle of refraction is greater than angle of incidence, that is r greater than I. The angle of incidence at which light ray traveling from denser to rarer medium, that is grazes the interface, is called critical angle. Just now I explained you, this is the angle of incidence. Here the refracted rays grazes the interface, and this angle of incidence we call it as a critical angle, that we can see in the figure. So let's see with the critical angle here. When the C is critical angle, then angle of refraction R becomes 90 degree. We know that n1 by n2 is equal to sin r by sin I. Substitute the values. n1 by n2 is equal to sin r. R value we got here 90 degree for angle of incidence, that is critical angle, sin C. So n1 by n2 is equal to sin 90 is 1. So that's why we will get the equation n1 by n2 is equal to 1 by sin C. We get sin C is equal to n2 by n1. And we know that n1 by n2 can be written as, that is n12, that is refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. So finally we can write it as sin C is equal to 1 by n12. It means this is the formula we use to find the critical angle. So sin C is equal to 1 by n12. Now let's see here in the diagram. When the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, then at one angle of incidence we can see the refracted rays grazes the interface. That angle of incidence we call it as critical angle, and here angle of refraction will get 90 degree. What happens if I increase the angle of incidence greater than critical angle? So when I increase the angle of incidence greater than critical angle, the light ray get reflected. See here in the diagram, when the angle of incidence is increase greater than the critical angle, then the refracted ray is reflect into the denser medium, into the same medium. So the definition we can say here, this is what we call it as total internal reflection. So when the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, the light ray get reflected into denser medium at the interface, that is light never enters the rarer medium. This phenomena is called the total internal reflection. You can see in the figure. Now what are the conditions required for total internal reflection to take place? So the first condition is the light must travel from denser medium to rarer medium. And the second one is the light should be, the angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. When the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, then you will observe total internal reflection. Let us solve the example problem. A rectangular glass wedge, that is prism, immersed in water. See, this is the prism. It is immersed in the water. Here, this is the water in the beaker. Here, asked to find the value of alpha, that is angle alpha we have to find. And the condition is a beam of light. So, this is a beam of light which is normally incident on AB. And after incidenting, you will observe that it should reaches the side AC. But the condition he has given, the refractive index of water is 4/3 and the refractive index of glass you have to consider it as 3/2. Let us solve. Let's see with the critical angle for interface of glass and water medium. So glass and water medium, two mediums we have. The two media interface at the critical angle C. For the given condition, alpha greater than C. According to that condition, he is saying that we'll taking it as to reach the ray AC side, the value of alpha must be greater than critical angle. It means what we have to do here, we have to find the first critical angle. When you find the critical angle, then easily we can find the value of alpha. To find the value of alpha, first of all you have to find the critical angle value. We know that sin C is equal to 1 by n12, or this can be written as sin C is equal to n2 by n1. So n12 can be written as, only the n12 I am taking here. So n12 can be written as n1 by n2. n1 is 32. How we can take the n1 is 3/2 is n1 is nothing but refractive index of first medium. Which is the first medium here? Glass is the first medium and water is the second medium. So here n1 is glass, so that's why we are taking it as 3/2, and second medium is water, so that's why n2 we have to take it as 4/3. So when you substitute this value, you will get 3/2 by 4/3. So when you do the cross multiplication, 3/2 into 3/4 you will get, multiplied 3 3 is 9 and 2 4 8 you will get. So it means n12 value you got here is 9/8. Now from the equation 2 we get sin C is equal to 8/9. Sin C equal to 8/9. Now see, sin C equal to n1 by n2 we got here 9/8. n2 by n1 can be written as 8/9. So that's why sin C is equal to 8/9 and C is equal to sin inverse 8/9. And this sin inverse 8/9, you will get the angle here 62 degree 30 minutes. So what is the critical angle? We got 62 degree 30 minutes is a critical angle. When you incident the light more than 62 degree 30 minutes, then this ray, refracted ray, reaches the side AC. It means we can say here alpha must be greater than 62 degree 30 minutes. Then only the light will reaches the side AC. Now we'll see the activity. To find the total internal reflection, take a transparent glass tumbler and coin. Place a coin on a table and place a glass on the coin. Observe the coin from the side of the glass. We can see the coin. Now fill the glass with water and observe the coin from the side of glass tumbler. Now we cannot see the coin because the total internal reflection takes place. The explanation for this one is, when the glass is empty and the coin is below the glass, the rays are coming from this coin. It reaches the side of the glass, and again the ray will get refract and reaches to your eye. When the refracted ray reaches to your eye, you can see the coin. But when you fill the glass with water, you will observe that the refracted ray coming after refraction from this glass, it enters into the water medium, and again after reaching the side of the glass tumbler, it reflects back here. It means total internal reflection taking place. It means the refracted ray is not reaching to your eye. So that's why here we cannot see the coin. One more activity. To find the total internal reflection, take a cylindrical transparent vessel and place a coin at the bottom of the vessel. Now pour water until we'll get the image of the coin on the surface of the water. And the surface of the water, the image of the coin on the water surface will be observed. This is due to because of total internal reflection. So students, this was all about the concept of critical angle and total internal reflection with some activities. Hope you like the video. If so, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with others. Thank you for watching.